Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our, oops, sorry. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our 11th episode of Spotlight on Alumni here in Arts in Me community. And yes, good evening to each and everyone who's joining us tonight. And first of all, I would like to congratulate every Dare to Dream ladies in Pitch batch for deciding to continue and dedicate the free time to study online with their 3 weeks money management and personal growth online course in Uplifters community. And I salute each of you for deciding to learn on your free time, and I hope you will use every learning you had in reaching your dreams in life. Shout out to my pitch team group 2 with my co-TL Lisel Fernandez. Thank you, ladies, for your dedications and eagerness to learn and share your thought without hesitations. And I'm sorry I was not able to join you today. I have a very busy schedule today. I will be back to you all in a little while after this Facebook Live. And I hope to see you all in the next level of your learning journey. Let's all make our dreams into reality. And our next batch will start this coming 24th of October. And I am inviting each of you who hasn't enrolled in our online course to visit our Uplifters page community and click the send message button to get started. The management and admins will guide you all the way for the enrollment. And this is Eileen May Ramos, one of your gold team leaders in this wonderful community who you can find superwoman around the world working miles away from their loved ones, sacrificing their own happiness to provide for their family needs. I am also one of those amazing social media correspondents who dedicates their extra time to help our admins give motivational messages to each and everyone in the community and doing this kind of different Facebook Live segments to inspire our fellow migrant domestic workers around the world. And tonight is our 11th episode of the Spotlight on Alumni segment, which we feature our alumni's gold, diamond team leaders and mentors who are wholeheartedly sharing their extraordinary experience in the community and to give inspiration to each of us. And hopefully, we can learn something good and positive from their own stories as we listen to them. And this is my second time hosting this segment after my first guest, our amazing woman, Diamond Team Leader, and our community mentor, Jane Lynn Dupingay. And I'm very grateful that my humble guest grant my request to be with me tonight talking about her leadership journey in the community. And without further ado, it is my honor to introduce you, our beautiful guest for tonight. Let me bring her in. There you go. Uh, a good sister and friend of yours truly, my confidant and my partner in helping migrant domestic helpers come out from their comfort zones in bringing out their hidden talents, especially in writing. The founder of our humble home migrant writers of Hong Kong, the one and only humble woman in the community, our Go team leader and newly added social media correspondent in the community, Maria Nemy Lou Roshold. Hello,
Hello,
TL.
good evening, TL Eileen May, and good evening, Uplifters community. I am very, very honored and very happy to be here with you all tonight. And yes, of course, Eileen May Ramos. I am so excited with this episode. So, this is how it feels to be on the on spotlight.
Yes, and first of all, I would like to say thank you for gracing my request. And yes, hello, TL Maria. How are you doing today? How's your day today? It's Sunday, it's our holiday.
Yeah, thank you so much also for having me here, and it's really my pleasure to be sharing with you all tonight about some motivational tips. And how was my day? It was quite productive. It was successful as we met some new friends, and we um, we had a successful meeting this afternoon. And yeah, it was productive.
Yeah, I've seen you 3 hours ago.
Yeah, we've just been
Yes.
together this afternoon, almost the whole
Yes.
day. Mhm.
And before we continue this chit chat, let me read some comments from our dear viewers from our mentor, Anne Marie. Hello, hello, amazing TL Eileen May.
Hello,
A good evening, Uplifters community. Hello, TL
hello,
mentor
TL
Anne Marie.
Anne. Hello, Mentor Anne Marie. Good evening.
Good evening. And from our Diamond Team Leader also, TL Herlin Banaban. Good evening. Good evening, TL. Thank you for
Good
joining
evening,
us tonight.
TL. Thank you for joining us.
From our bunso, Lisa, TL Lisel
Yeah.
Fernandez. Good evening, Uplifters community. And I just want to remind everyone, every viewers, please click the StreamYard link on the post on our Uplifters community to be able for me to read your names, or otherwise you can just simply put your name at the end of your comment for me to acknowledge you in the comment section, because Tiffany is from Facebook user. Good evening, darling Uplifters team leaders. Darling, let me guess. No, I don't want to guess. Please include your name in the comment section at the end of your comment. Happy here to see you both. To see you both of you again. I am so happy also to see you, whoever you are. Thank you for being with us tonight. Another Facebook user.
Facebook
Thank you so
user.
much. Good evening, brilliant writers. Wow, thank you so much. Another Facebook user again. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to all Facebook users.
Good evening, everyone. Yes, good evening, everyone.
Yeah, and as we go on, okay, yes, I'm a little bit nervous still. Yes, I've known you more than a year ago. Yeah, last June 2020. From that
Yeah.
woman, from the pink cherry blossom tree that I always share in my Facebook timeline, even before. I have read your interview from our mentor, Janelyn Dupingay, that time, and it gives me more excitement and it inspires me more to continue my learning journey in the Uplifters community. And it's not secret to everyone, of course. that was the that was the start on how I've been following your social media account, everything, your page, and also your Instagram account. and I and I was so lucky that you were so kind to freely open up your door and even your windows, of course, to let me in and allowing me to know you more deeper. And with that, my question for you is, oh, wait. Okay, I'm sorry. My question for you is, who is Maria Nemy Lou after more than 2 years in being in the Uplifters community? If you don't mind, can you share with us your uplifters journey?
Yeah, of course. Of course, I don't mind to share everyone about my uplifters journey. And before I would answer that question, I would also like to thank you for being so consistent in all of you know for always following me, and you've always told me that I inspired you a lot, and you always call me that humble woman, but actually you also inspired me, and actually you're one of the reasons that I really pursue being becoming a leader, and you know that already. So we both inspired each other. I was influenced by how you uh, by your service also to the community, for your time and effort that you're giving to the community, and I admire you so much for that. And I do not always tell you that, but yeah, that's the reality. Okay, so back to the question: who is Maria Nemy Lou Roshold? After more than 2 years in Uplifters community, Maria Nemy Lou Roshold, I can say now, is an empowered woman. I am more confident when it comes to facing difficulties in life. I am more positive, not like before, and I have come out from from my shell. I was that I was not always unsure of myself. Although I always have this possibility positivity and confidence in myself, but it made me so much more positive and confident to face everybody. And I opened myself a little bit to the community. You know that very well, because I from my Facebook account before, I am so private. I am a very private person, and I I don't usually share personal matters, or a personal side of me when it comes to new friends or something like that. But now I open up myself a little bit, and yeah, I'm more confident to, yeah, face the difficulties of my life. I know how to express myself now. And you can see also the difference when I first came here in Hong Kong. When I arrived, that you don't have that trust in yourself, because I've just arrived in a new place, and I was trying to make myself, I was looking for things that would make me feel better and that will make me grow. And I was also searching for friends that could help me grow, and communities that I could give myself into. And yes, at first I found Lensational, that everybody knows that I'm also a member of Lensational Hong Kong. And I finally stepped in more closer when I started my Dare to Dream. And then actually, I was not active in my Dare to Dream before, but and I almost give up also because of my situation that time. My ward was still a baby; he was newborn, and I have difficulty when it comes to time management. But I pursued the course and successfully finished it with the help, of course, of my mentors, Sis Jane Lin and Tia Elise, and I when around the time that Dare to Dream, I also started building a relationship with the migrant domestic workers, and they said you cannot really know the problem or the situation unless you put yourselves into their shoes. And I put myself into the shoes of our fellow migrant domestic workers, even though I'm also one of them. But you know, putting yourself into a different shoes is a different one. It 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 it's not the same as your own. So you learn to I grew to know them more deeper, to know them more deeper, and have that deeper empathy to everybody in the community. And especially when I had finished make it happen. And I became, you know, but around that time I also I so I was not really active before. And yeah, as I've said, when I met you and many um more friends from the community, and it's when I realized that um I wanted to be a greater, a deeper relationship with the community. So that's it. I'm Maria Nemy Lou Roshan now, so you can see.
Yes, I am muted. Yes, and yeah, just like what I said, thank you for allowing me to know you more deeper. And I understand, we all understand how we sacrifice, how we started, how we get started here in the, after we came here in Hong Kong. I can hear my feedback. Yeah, maybe it's on me. Yes, I can hear some feedback. Um,
It's fine with
Hi.
me if I am okay here.
You cannot hear it.
I can. It's clear.
It's clear. Okay. Yeah, because I can hear my voice. And thank you, thank you so much. I've seen you how, because we are in the same become a leader class before with our
Yeah.
mentor Evelyn and
Mm.
mentor Liz Natividad. Yes, and as I know you. I thank you for. It's my first time to know that I inspire you also. But the truth is, I am really inspired by you, by how you handle everything, how you handle those situations. And yes, and I admire you for that. And thank you so much for sharing your inspiring experience in the community. And before we get on, let's read some comments from Christine, TL Christine, and Daya Ventura from our team leader from Malaysia. Good evening, beautiful
Hello,
angels and
Christine.
wonderful. Hello, Christine. Thank you for joining us tonight. Good evening, TL Lisel. And oops, from Facebook user again. Oh, it's Janice. Good evening, everyone. Watching you all here from Singapore. Janice, thank you so much for for joining us tonight.
Thank you,
A, beau-
Shanice.
a beautiful evening. Thank you, Mentor Anne Marie, for joining us. And from Facebook user again, good evening, DL Eileen and Nemy Lou Russia. Good evening to you. Thank you for joining us.
Evening.
Thank you, TL Harleen. I'm happy to see you both. And from our amazing woman uplifters,
Hi, Sis
Channelie, thank you.
Lily. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Good evening
you.
to our amazing UIL correspondents, Eileen and Nemi. Thank you so much for hosting tonight's spotlight. Thank you so much, Sis
Thank you,
Channelie,
Sis
for
Jenny.
hosting
Yeah.
us. Yes, all Facebook user. Thank you so much, whoever you are, Facebook user. Thank you for joining us tonight. And let's move on to our next question. In your own experience, being a team leader for how many Dare to Dream classes? Five or more than?
More than.
More than five. Yeah. Yes, because to be able for us to be a gold team leader, we have to facilitate five or
Five
more Dare to Dream
classes.
classes. Yes. And my question is, do you believe you have distributed good ideas on how to improve our students' learning journey?
Well, yes. Thank you. For my own opinion, I think I distributed somehow good ideas to our students in their learning journey. And I'm always very happy to facilitate each new class, and I'm very excited for every sharings that I would read and I would share also to my students. And what's the most important thing is that every time you facilitate a Dare to Dream class, you know that you're also building another person, a better version of themselves, and you're helping them. And you know being a team leader, you're always proud that you're a part of the development of each person. And also you feel honored that you're you know um, a lot of feedbacks there, good feedbacks from your students, like they say you're inspiring. And that that alone, that when you know that you're making a difference in or impact in their lives, or you know that your what you're sharing makes creates a different mindset, developing a different mindset, a new mindset to them. That's some kind of very rewarding to yourself as a team leader. And I'm very happy to know those people. And yes, I always motivate my students to pursue their dreams and finish the Dare to Dream class. And yes, uplifting them. And of course, being team leaders, we're not just here as leaders, we are here also as a part of their journey, as a friend. We can talk to them. We have these sessions, and we have these video calls at night, and we share ideas. We share what we have learned in the class. And you will be amazed on how they appreciate our courses. And yeah, that's it. So I'm very happy to be with the students and be with their learning journey in Uplifters.
Yeah, and I just want to add also my experience, and it's very, very overwhelming how they give their trust with us, team
Yeah.
leaders, how
Mm.
they share their, yeah, because most of them share also their personal experiences, and I salute each
Yeah.
of them. Yeah, the trust is very important. Yeah.
It's not always easy to open up with a stranger, that someone you just met. And you must, and by helping them come out, by helping them, letting them share their emotions, that's quite a tough job for us also, because building trust is not easy always, especially with someone we just met. And you have to give yourself fully, that make them feel that they could be comfortable with expressing their feelings and opening up to you, and sharing their challenges, their experiences, their insights of the lessons. And yeah. And what's really inspiring also is that um, you could be yourself as well. You don't have to pretend in front of them, or during your chat, or during the lessons. You could always be yourself as well, so they can also express themselves truly with all of the students in the class too.
Yeah, and like what I always tell every class chat I am handling, it is really important the confidentiality, whatever we share,
Yeah,
whatever we talk inside the class chat, then we
it
we
remains
are
there.
really, yes, we make sure that it will remains there and no one will come out, uh, yeah, without the
Yeah.
person's approval also.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much for this Facebook user. Very, very nice comment.
It's all Facebook user.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not able to read your names, and I'm
Mhm.
suggesting each of you to put your name at the end of your comments, and I am encouraging also its viewers who's with us right now. If you have some questions about our guests, you please feel free. Don't hesitate to type your questions, and our guests, of course, will be glad to answer those questions. Yeah, and let's, while waiting for your questions, dear viewers, let's move on to our next question also that I get ready for our. I can hear my voice. I can hear something. It's so it's so strange. Yeah. And yes, what do you enjoy being an Uplifters team leader, and have you started new initiative for your community of domestic workers outside of Uplifters since you did the course?
Yeah, it's a very nice question. So, what I enjoyed most in our course is that I learn, it's a continuous learning. Every batch you will learn, although the lessons are almost the same. Yeah, actually they're the same, but you know, when you face different people, when you come to know different batch and different attitudes or different people at the same time, you learn from them. You're, every one of us has a new inspiring story to share, and I like reading their sharings. I enjoy reading every each of them, and because I usually give my feedbacks after my work, which is always at around 12 midnight, and sometimes I reach until around 2 o'clock something, sometimes giving feedbacks to my students, and I give feedbacks one by one to each of them. And I always see to it that I would be able to reply each of their sharings, their messages. And I always love reading their sharings, is all their also their morning rituals, from their sharings of their lessons, their experiences, their life stories. I'm so amazed by how wonderful and how amazing these women are. And um there are also some stories that inspires me a lot, and I make it makes me admire them more, because and appreciate them more because of their um resilience of facing all those trials in their life. And it just makes me appreciate more of women. And you know and then the opportunity to read them, and share also my you know my feedbacks, or can comment on their sharings. It's really really rewarding, and I feel the sense of happiness to know them. And with regards to the starting initiatives outside of lifters, yes, I did. So um Uplifters is the basic foundation of my leadership, and I've learned a lot through facilitating Dare to Dream batch classes, and knowing students from our community. And because I also have this passion in writing, so I started the Migrant Writers of Hong Kong, which basically focuses also on the migrant domestic workers community, on building themselves when it comes to writing. And um, right now, we have some activities that focuses on this, like the workshops. And yes, we have a lot of ideas and in store for the migrant writers of Hong Kong. And I'm really, really proud to share that with the community. And of course, I'm always proud to say that I will always be, an uplifters. And I'm also applying now what I learned in the becoming a leader course. I'm also applying that to the community that we built. I built together with you and Lisel, and I'm very, very thankful for the foundation of uh, leadership that I found in Uplifters.
Yes. And thank you for that. And we all know, everyone know actually, that we started all in Uplifters. We started to
Yeah,
dream, and we dream in
yeah,
Uplifters. We started to build those uh, dream board, and
yeah,
maybe some of what we are doing now is from those dream board we built years ago when we joined the Dare to Dream class. And yeah, Uplifters will always be in our is our foundation. We
yeah,
started here, we met
mm,
here, we built the friendship here and everything. And thank you,
yeah,
we are proud Uplifters, we are superwoman.
mm, yeah,
Yes. And now is October. We all know now is the month for mental health awareness. Oh, I'm
yeah,
sorry. Yeah, and as we celebrate World Mental Health Day this month,
mm,
my next question for you is, could you share your advice on how we can take care of our mental health in general?
yeah. Okay. So thank you so much again for that question. As for me, it's an advantage that I'm with Uplifters because we have this, saved morning rituals, and we have the evening rituals as well. These two rituals are very, very essential in, taking care of our mental health. It always keeps reminding us, especially on the morning rituals, when we say our affirmations and you look at yourself in the mirror in the morning, you look at yourself and then you say your affirmation. You always remind of yourself that you are loved, you are beautiful, you are valuable. Those affirmations are very strong of keeping yourself into that positive mindset. And because you have that positive mindset, you know that you are going to overcome whatever comes your way, you know. And for me, kasi I always remind myself, especially in the morning, when I wake up and I look at myself in the mirror, I say, "You are very pretty. You are very beautiful." Although, because if nobody tells you that, you should tell that to yourself. We must love ourselves always and appreciate ourselves. And by doing that, you're building yourself. You are putting that into your mind that you are enough and you are loved. If you always think of a positive um, positivity, of you always think that you are valuable, you know, um, you get this positive energy into your heart, into your mind, that it makes you uh, very more very prepared for whatever difficulty or trials that come your way. And yes, I can face this, I can do this. Don't give yourself, or don't give any chance to yourself that you will be in those, don't stay on those moments. Don't focus on those negativities that are seeping in on you and that could destroy you as a person. You must always remind yourself that you're always enough. You are enough. As I posted that also on my Facebook. Yeah, I'm always enough. So remind that always in yourself, that uh you know when you learn to love yourself, when you learn to appreciate yourself, you also as well develop that attitude attitude of resilience. And that's very, very important, especially for us migrant domestic workers that we're, every day we faces different trials, different problems, we undergo stress. And yeah, the worst part is some of us goes through depression. Why? Why are those
Nothing.
did I say anything?
Nothing.
you know
No,
you know
because no, because I've heard that before from you, and it's so nice to keep hearing it from you. You know how
yeah.
you struggle a lot in the past, years
Mm,
ago, more than a year ago
yeah.
anyway, and you always there for me to push me. Just keep going.
Yeah, just keep
I hear it
going.
again.
You don't have to stay forever on that, dark side of what of the sad part of your life, because as they said, there's always that other side of the rainbow. It's not always a rainy day, you know? And no matter how you wake up at the wrong side of the bed, you could always find beautiful things around you. So focus on them. You know, you don't destroy that attitude in you. If you started the positivity in you, don't destroy that in you. And you can always also encourage others by uplifting yourself. You could also uplift others, help uplift others, and be a person that anyone could be could could hear out or could reach out to someone, you know
Yeah,
and
yeah,
because that's how I also fight my own battles. I always remind myself, you're very strong, you're very resilient, and you can do it. There is
yes.
nothing that you can do because you're a woman. You're very powerful. So I always keep reminding that to myself. And by
Yeah,
reminding that your mind is also um building itself, you know and I think when you have that attitude already, um there is no situation that you cannot handle. And even if you go through depression, you know you can stay that for a moment. They said it's okay not to be okay. If-
that's
you
the
know
word.
yeah, it's okay not to be okay, but don't stay on that state forever. Give yourself a time limit to be on that state, but make sure that you will rise up. So that's how basically our mental health is, affected. Because if you focus on the negatives within you, if you focus on what's this, the low part of your, the lowest part of your, or the darkest part of your days, or what, you, you will never think of the beautiful things around you. So don't let that moment um, be more, what's this, I cannot find the term, nangingibabaw when they say in Tagalog. Don't let that feeling take over into you. So that's it.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Leah, for that very, very inspiring, wonderful message to us. And let me just share a little testimony from me. Because
Yeah.
when TL Lizelle Fernandez, everyone knows that she is the one who invited me in Uplifters community. She knows
Mm-mm.
how my situation back then, and she experienced the Dare to Dream class with TL Herlene Benaban, and she invited me and she asked me to join and be inspired. And because I'm in that kind of some kind of depression that time, I tried, and luckily my TL Panda batch, we
Mm-mm.
have the same team leader as well in Dare to Dream, TL Herlene Banaban. And
Yeah.
yeah, that is it started I feel more confident, and
Yeah.
every time the first the first quote I read when I join Uplifters is it's okay not to be okay. And
Yeah.
yes, and I found out also that our founder's favorite quote, Miss
Yeah.
Marie. Yeah, and yeah, I keep that in mind. I always read from mentor Liz Nativi that quotes, it's okay not to be okay. And yeah, I always put that in mind, and I will every quotes from all our mentors, from all our team leaders that I've read back then.
Mm-mm.
It motivates me, it inspires me to keep going,
Yeah.
and I am blessed that I am here. Until now, I'm still here and looking forward, I will be here, yeah, in the future.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's me, Rema.
Oh,
It's
Ate
our
Rema.
mamita.
Hello, Mamita. Yes. Thank you.
It's our
Okay. Okay.
new gold team leader. TL
Yeah.
Rema,
Congratulations,
Tabangpura,
Mamita.
congratulations.
Yeah.
Yes, before I move on to my another questions, maybe let's focus on this first from our mentor Anne Marie. Thank you, mentor Anne Marie, for staying with us. We really appreciate
Yes.
it.
Mm.
Hello, amazing TL Maria Nemy Lou, Maria Roshold. Lovely to see you live. I have a question for you. As a team leader, who do you look up to as an inspiration or mentorship? It's what kind of
Mm.
at the end of my question, but yeah, please feel free to answer. Thank you,
Yeah.
Mentor Anne Marie.
Thank you. Thank you for that question. Who do I look up to as an inspiration or mentorship? Actually, everybody in the community, all team leaders. I know we are all amazing team leaders, and we have different ways of inspiring other people. And because of our selfless, what we are giving is the generosity of your time, of your effort. It always inspire me. All the team leaders in Uplifters community, and the service that we are giving is really really valuable. And but whom do I look up to? I always have high respect to, of course, um my first mentors, Tia Liz and Sis Jane Lynn Dupingay. So they're really my team leaders before. And as I come to grow deeper relationship with the community, there are team leaders that I also really admire. And yes, all of our mentors are very amazing leaders as well, and they are all inspiring. So that's it. It's I I'm so much inspired by these two women, you know. But I all admire our team leaders, and I'm inspired by everybody in the community. Muted. You're muted.
Unmuted.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you once again, and my our mentor Anne Marie, and thank you, TL Maria. You are both Maria.
Maria. Yeah.
Yeah, and I can see on my
And,
other
and TL
phone.
Anne Marie was also my mentor in one of the batches that I hold. I think that was, if I'm not mistaken, strawberry batch. And yes,
Strawberry
Anne
or
Marie was
coconut?
strawberry,
Yeah, yeah, maybe.
strawberry batch. Yeah.
Yes.
And
And
she was also amazing. And she keeps on pushing us to uh be ourselves, be at our best. And that's kind of uh, a very good, um, a very nice and motivational. She shared a lot of motivation advices also.
Yeah, and this is from our one of our social media correspondent, TL Julie.
Mm.
Runjale, I can see it here.
Hello, sister.
Thank you.
Mm.
Thank you for joining us, Sis Julie. And yeah, congratulations also late before
Yeah,
in
thank
our
you.
Words in Motion guesting. Yeah, we are very inspired by your messages. And yeah, thank you. Thank you for
Thank
inspiring us.
you, Sis Julie.
And shout out to all my students from Make It Happen Batch, Moon, Team Moon, and yeah, Dare to Dream class. They are all here. Sis Baby Joy
Mm.
Israel. Uh,
Wow.
I don't know how to pronounce your Facebook name. Thank you. Thank you, my bunso from Anne Maureen. Thank you, bunso, for
Thank
being here.
you, Aunt
Yeah.
Maureen. Thank you.
She's also one of my Make It Happen student with Christine Aurelio. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for joining us.
Thank you so much,
Mhm.
ladies.
Let's close that one and let's move on to our next question as we go on to our chit chat.
Mm.
What do you have in mind is one decision you wish you didn't make? Mm, Feel free to answer.
Mm.
No?
One decision that I wish I didn't. Actually, I cannot think of any decision that I regret or I wish I didn't make because every time I make a decision, I always think about it first for a few times, or I think it over and over again because before I finally decide. And so when I decide, and then I always have that, when I already made up my mind, exactly, right? You know exactly when I already made up my mind, because even if how many of or even if whatever you suggest me or tell me, I insist on my decision because I've already thought about it. And I think, because when I before I make a decision, I think of all the pros and cons first, and I there are a lot of things that I consider before coming into, finally deciding. And I apply this, I apply this simple gesture before making a decision, especially if your emotions do not make any, what's this sudden decisions, or what's this I forgot the term, but it's like of jumping jumping quickly into that decision, or telling telling things that you know you must always guard your thoughts, your emotions, your mind. And you know don't speak of something, or don't decide on something if you're undergoing that high emotions. So take time to breathe. Like, sometimes I breathe and then I count. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 10, or sometimes even more. And when you give that space, a little space on yourself before finally uttering another word or making that decision, it 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 gives you a little time to think things over first. And yeah, think of what what are the consequences of your decisions. Because when you've already decided on things, you cannot just take it right back. You cannot just say, oh no, I made a mistake, because it's not always that situation. So before you decide, you must think about it first. That's why we have this planning, and you know um setting your goals also in our Dare to Dream. You cannot just jump into making decisions, abrupt decisions, that is the term. So before you make a decision, you need to do some planning, you need to do some thinking. So in the end, you will have that result that you would want to have. So yeah, I because I really cannot think of something that I regret, that I wish or I did not do it or say it, or yeah.
Yeah, I can say that. You decide.
And Mary
You
said
decide
coconut
well.
patch. Yeah.
I'm correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that batch, coconut batch. Yes, and yeah, thank you. Because sometime I saw you how I witness you how you decide on something, even you're hurting. Yeah, you choose to do the right thing and follow what is good for you in your own way of thinking. And yes, that's the one I am admire you the most from the start. Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, maybe. And for another comments from our team leader also, Nida Reyes Lantak. Good evening. Good evening, TL Nida. Thank you for joining us
Hello,
tonight.
Ate Nida. Good evening.
I
Thank you for joining.
yeah. My previous question to our guest tonight is from you, and I hope you you hear her answer from your question. And thank you so much for gracing my request to give some kind of question to our guest tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
TL Nemi, question for you is, what does being an uplifter mean to you?
Uplifter, basically, basing on the word itself, is uplifting one another, and encouraging other people, encouraging others to be better versions of themselves. And uplifting, it means also to me that you have that uh, attitude, or you have that gift of making of of inspiring other people's lives, putting a sunshine on their rainy days, something like that. And you know encouraging people. That's what we usually do in our Dare to Dream class. We encourage others to be, to become better versions of themselves. And it's it's uh, it's both a privilege and uh, an honor to be one of the uplifters, because it's not every day that you meet someone that could have the power to make you smile or feel better. So I'm honored to be one of the uplifters.
Yeah, and for me, being an uplifter is my new start, my new beginning.
Mm.
That's what uplifter means to me. And yeah, to follow up that question, is there anyone who inspire? This is the question from TL
Yeah.
Anne Marie, mentor Anne Marie
Mm.
before, but this is different. From Anne Marie is who you are look up to as a leader. But this one is there anyone who inspires you or someone who you look up to, either friends, family members, or famous people? This is what I want to hear from you.
Uh, you know what inspires me most are, of course, my friends. My friends, yeah, because uh, being with your friends is, you know, you can be more expressive of yourselves, and true friends are really rare to find. And it's like when you find true friends, it's like finding also a jewel in your life. And especially when I met friends from Uplifters, and when you're sharing same mindset, you share those same positivity and good vibes. And even if you get even if you know you have a bad day or you're having a bad day, and you share this, um share your your emotions, your thoughts to your friends, and then they will have uh they will be able to make you smile. And it really inspires me that I have this very nice people in my life. I'm surrounded, I know, and I feel that I'm surrounded with um beautiful people. And they said that um surround yourself with beautiful people, and you will have also have you know beautiful feedbacks in your life. Good people, surround yourself with good people, and good things will also happen to you. And one thing more, they said that your friends are a reflection of your own self. So that's basically what always inspires me. And of course, my family, my children, they inspires me a lot. And that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm working for, and building our dreams, our future. And they inspire me to work harder, to dream further, and um, you know um, be be motivated every day. When I talk to them, especially my kids, yeah, it inspires me a lot. For famous
Yeah,
people, yeah, I can also answer that for famous people. Well,
sure.
whom I look up to always is John F. Kennedy. He's the best leader that I've known, that I've read. John F. Kennedy, that when he said, "Do not think of what your country can do to you, but what you can do to your country." That's his famous quote that I always um, remember. And I'm applying that also to myself. Do not think what others can do to you, but think of what you can do to others.
I hear it again. Yeah. And uh, my expression when I hear that one this afternoon is like, sounds like, yeah, sounds like, yeah, that's very meaningful and very, very powerful. And today, my experience today is supposed to be I have a meeting, an interview with one of someone, but at
Mhm.
last hour she said she cannot make it, and I
Yeah.
am with one of our Dare to Dream student today, this batch, Peach Bats, Bernadette de la Cruz, were talking this
Mhm.
morning, and yeah, we bump each other in Central, and we decided to talk, yeah, until in the afternoon. And we talk about, I just remember your friends, you're talking about friends. And I talked with Bernadette this morning also about this.
Mhm.
My auntie always tell me before when I first came here in Hong Kong that the quote, tell me who your friends are and I will tell you who
Tell
you
you
are.
who you are. Yeah.
Yeah, she always tell me that every time I take day off, and she can see whom I am with before when I am new in Hong Kong. And she always remind me that. And yeah, it's so strange. I talked with Bernadette this morning, and you also talk about friends. And I am very, very blessed that I am surrounded with you all guys. We always,
Yeah.
those some
Because as
simple,
they say, choose people that can help you grow as a
yeah,
person. Yeah.
those simple
And
happiness.
yeah, yeah, yeah. When you feel yourself that you're with these good people, and you're also building yourself with them, you inspired each other, and that's a very nice relationship. It's that it's a very mutual relationship, and it's a very very nice to build those aspects of friendship. Yeah.
Treasure those kind of friends, treasure those kinds of people around you. And yeah, friends is
Yeah.
very, very good.
Yes, they're very valuable. They're essential part of our lives. And there's always this saying that no man is an island. Even though if you feel to, isolate yourself, you cannot always isolate yourself. You will always need that someone whom you can talk to. You will always need that someone who can lift you up. You will always need that someone who can make you smile, because you cannot always motivate yourself alone. So you need people to also remind you every time that you are loved, and those are our friends.
And always remember also that if that friend trusts you, give your trust to you, you have to
Mm,
treasure
yeah,
it and love it. Don't
yeah,
break those trusts in any
yeah,
kind.
yeah.
Thank you,
Treasure
Mentor
it.
Anne Marie. That's a powerful word to take on. Thanks for sharing, TL Maria. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Tia. Thank you.
From one of our Facebook user again. Hello, beautiful ladies. Happy to see you both. Very inspiring TL in our community. Thank you, whoever you are.
Facebook
Facebook
user.
user, thank you. We have a lot of Facebook user viewers
Yeah.
tonight. Yeah, I give this question to you in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Be, being a leader in more than one community, we all know that, and being my leader with different points of view. How do you continue to grow and develop as a leader, and what is the best technique and approaches that work best? Oh, this is TL
From, I
Nida.
think, from
This is
Ate Nida. Yeah, I
yeah.
remember. Yeah.
Yeah,
What is the
I
best
hope you're
technique?
still I hope you're still with us, TL
Yeah. Tell
Nida.
Nida, are you here with us? So, how do I develop myself being a leader? I think you develop yourself being a leader by, you know, by not thinking of yourself as a leader. You think yourself as, you know, uh, one of the members or one of the team, because you are part of the team. It's not just because you don't think that you always know more than your team knows, because you're all equal. Do not think of yourself as superior to your team. So I think that is, uh, how could I, express myself. And best technique, I think I've said this a while ago, and that's putting yourself into their shoes, feeling each one of them, you know, taking into uh, taking each one's opinion, and hearing everybody, not only with your mind, but understanding each one of us or each one of them. You, in order to lead, or uh, lead people, or uh, make a build a teamwork. You could always first understand your team, understand each and one of them, and yeah, that's, I think, the best technique. You feel them, you understand them, and put yourself into their situation. It's not easy to lead by just thinking about yourself. Yeah.
Lead by the example.
Yeah, you must live and lead with example. It's not just by telling this, or you know forcing people to follow you.
I don't know why, but that was the first thing came in my mind, and I remember TL Jane Din Dupingay. We miss you,
Yeah.
TL Jane Din.
You
You've
should,
been so
yeah,
quiet.
She's yeah.
You've been so quiet for the past days, and I hope you'll get better. And I hope you will be back soon and take care of yourself. She's really on taking care of herself right now. Yeah. Be
Mm.
better, our mentor, Jane Dupingay. And thank you. Yes. And yeah, before we go to our next question, please read my message. I have a message for you. And
Yeah,
I hope,
I saw it. So
yeah,
I'm
later,
cramming
later.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am not prepared for this.
It's okay. I can read some more comments first, and we still have one question before that. That from our mentor Anne Marie. That is TL Alchen. Oh, thank you. One of our social media correspondent, TL Alchen. Thank you so much for joining us, TL. Yes, I'm here. Yeah, thank you, TL Nida. I hope you here. TL Nemi's answer for your question, and thank you so much for sharing that question with us. Hmm. Relax, TL Maria. One more question from Mentor Anne Marie. Relax.
Yeah,
That can wait.
I'm
Yeah,
relaxed.
that can. Yeah. What are the greatest lesson you've learned as a team leader? That's a nice question.
That's a very, very challenging question. What's your greatest lesson as a team leader? For me, I think the greatest lesson in me as a team leader is you're standing with your words. When you say you are committed to the community, you know how to stand on that community or that commitment, on the word commitment. Because when you say commitment, it is not just, you know, um, giving yourself into it, but putting your heart into it. And, you know, you cannot always say, oh, I like this and I want to go through this. But then at the end, you would change your mind. Oh no, I cannot do it. So it's the commitment that you give, that you put your heart into it. And as let's put it this way, when you are in a battle and you are in charge of the battle, you cannot just leave your army in the battle. And you know, if you're going through something also, or personal matters also, if you're going through that stage, you cannot leave your army um your army in the battlefield. You must first finish the battle, and then you face your personal problem. That's, I think, the most important lesson that I've learned. And yeah, it feels a little emotional on me because I experienced that.
I know. That's why
Yeah.
natitigilan ako.
I experienced that. And when I think of these people that I would be leaving, or I would be taking for granted because I'm going through a personal battle, it's not acceptable for me. So I faced it. I went through it with all these people behind me.
Mm.
And yeah.
Oh,
So
oh, di ikaw naman
some
ang umiyak ngayon.
some mentors knew that. Some mentors knew that
Mm.
because I shared that part in me, that um and I took my leadership as part of um as part of my um rising also uh from that sand pit that I was in. You know, you must use these people, this drive, your drive as a leader, to rise up. You cannot always when you're in a battle, you put yourself into it. So you cannot just leave someone behind. You must see to it that everybody follows you.
Mm.
So that's it. I think it's also becoming of also, I think, also saying lead with a heart.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's why I want to tell again, lead by the example.
lead by your example.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
cannot be a good leader if you are not a good
prepare
leader by
everything.
on yourself also. Be good to yourself to be good
Yeah, to
to
other
be a
people.
good leader to others. Yes.
Yeah.
Emotional. This is from Team Leader Julie, one of our social media correspondent. What is the challenging part as a team leader that makes you give up? I love this.
Mm. Um, there was this time that, you know, I wanted I wanted to give up. It was it was that moment. It was on the lowest part of my. It was the lowest part, or I came through that low part of my life, of my chapter, but that's a closed chapter already. But when you think of these people, as I've said earlier, when you think of these people that you are going to sacrifice, it's not worth it. So you must face the battle with these people. You can you know get strength from these people that you're also leading. And because what I did was I filled my you know I did not think of those emotions that was bothering me, although there are moments in myself also when I'm alone, and I give myself some time. I know when to put myself into that moment, and I know, you know, just your responsibilities, knowing your responsibilities, and how to keep up with that attitude. You you know how to separate your personal matters into your responsibilities, so you have those moments in your life that you can focus on this. When you're on this, focus on this matter. So when you're on the lead, you focus being on that part. But when you're on your personal self, when you are taking care of yourself, you focus on taking care of yourself. That's why there are moments also when, you know, I was silent, and I did not join some Dare to Dream class or facilitate the class, because I wanted to fix that also, the part of my life. And you know, you cannot inspire other people also when you are also um, undergoing through that part of your life. And how can you inspire if you yourself is undergoing through those personal problems or personal battles? Although it's just a plus point that you have those attitudes and you have those tools for yourself to go through that. And I'm thankful for that, because Uplifters also somehow developed in me that attitude, that kind of uh, emotion, that you know I know how when to focus on this. And it's really, 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 I'm really, really thankful for I've learned all of those. And because you know when I read some of my students' stories, I I came to realize that I'm not the only person undergoing through that. And some people have been through more than what I've been going through. So I learned to appreciate my life more. I learned to value more my myself. I learned to love myself more. So it's that thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I just want to add the one I learned from our MSF leadership training before. Know your limitation and know your boundaries. Limit your
Yeah.
limitation and, of course, accept your flaws. That's the
Yeah.
important thing, the acceptance. From DL Julie, thank you for that honest answer. Yes, thank you for always being honest with us. And we all know how you struggle. We all know how you overcome from that lower part of you. Even though we always tell you that you can do it, but deep inside we can feel what you feel because
Yeah.
we all been there. From Mentor Anne
Yeah.
Marie, commitment, that's very nice word. Commitment is a big word to take on as a team leader. If you do not commit, if you don't have that attitude, the commitment, if you don't put it in your heart, you cannot be a good leader. You have to
Yeah.
give your full commitment, accept those how to say,
Responsibilities.
thank you, accept those responsibility to and
Yeah.
commit yourself. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mentor Anne Marie, for being here with us at this time.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes, yes, and maybe this is our last question if we don't have questions from our viewers.
Hmm.
Hmm. What else do you what else do you want to advise or a motivational message for our fellow migrant domestic workers around the world, specifically to our fellow mothers working abroad?
Hmm. If I would give any advice to our fellow domestic workers, especially us women or mothers for that matter, I would like to share this favorite quote of mine, which I've already shared it during the interview with Sis Jameline, and it is that um, the best way of killing something special is comparing it to something else. So that's from Craig Rochelle that I always tell it to myself as well. Being being a domestic worker, and I always say also to my students, run your own race. You have the power to build your future. It is not what you have now. Don't compare it to other people, because if you keep on comparing yourself to other people, you will never learn to appreciate what you have. You will never learn to appreciate the value of what you are giving to yourself. You will never learn to appreciate your hard work, yourself for that matter. And do not look into others, because um, you know we all have different goals. We have all have different plans in our lives. It's just that life is a race. It's who goes there first. And um, if you went there first, or if you go there last, or you feel that you're not keeping up, then take your time. Because if you keep on rushing things just to get there, you will never you may have some regrets in rushing things. So run your own race. Take step one step at a time. Move at your own pace. Do not pressure yourself to be there at the top, you know um and through these lessons, through this advice that I'm giving now, um you will you will discover more of yourself on that process as you go through achieving your goals in life. You have you will grow, you will discover some different people, different perspectives, and it is always a learning process, and it will contribute to you more, so that when you reach the top you can say that I am very successful, and because you did it the right way, and because you did not compare yourself to others. So appreciate what you have at this moment. If you only have this, then appreciate it. It's still a blessing. We always say life is a blessing. Whatever is that, that's why we have those three little choices that we do at night. We learn to appreciate life's blessings, no matter how great or small are those blessings. And one thing more, um, you know, um, you learn to value things your way. So um, that's it. Because I always believe on that thing. So I don't care if, you know, like many of us domestic workers are also, graduates, or they have finished bachelor degrees in the Philippines, and some are also working, some are professionals. And of course, because of social media, we see these posts from our, previous classmates, friends, that, oh, she's already successful, something like that. Oh, she's already got a house, she's already got a car. Now, don't compare yourself, because you have your own race. You don't compare that to yourself. Don't compare that to others, because you will never get there. And, you will have that feeling of bitterness in others, because you are comparing yourself to them. So don't compare yourself, because you are different, you are special. Every one of us is uh, special, and we must learn to value that attitude in us.
Yeah, and what a very powerful message. And what's on my mind right now is when I first take in my first Dare to Dream class on my own. No, not on my own. With my pilot team leader, Joan Estrella, TL Joan Estrella. She always said, take a baby step.
Yeah.
Do not rush things. Do not rush
Mm.
things out. You will be there. You will get there on top. Do not rush things
Do
out.
not rush. Yeah. Because you will
And
learn
never.
a lot of things in the process. Because yeah, nobody gets at the top at the snap of a finger, or on an instant. We all go under
Yeah.
through process, and we learn a lot of things in our way. We pick up a lot of things that could, teach us lessons, and not only through, how to be successful, but lessons in life as well, that we can learn to apply it into ourselves. And, by having those lessons, giving up, failures, your mistakes, those are essentials to our growth as a person. So if you fail, learn how to rise up, learn how to stand, and move forward. Yeah.
Move.
And
Move
yeah,
forward.
move
Move
forward,
on.
because yes, and I want to share this one again, that, you know, I read this somewhere in one of my words books, that if you always focus on the past, you will never learn how to focus on what's in front of you, or what lies ahead of you. So do not look back. If you made mistakes, if you made some failures in the past, don't look back at those failures. You focus to move forward, and uh, uh, you focus to move forward. You keep continuing to reaching your goals, your dreams, and that's what matters most. That's what important.
Yes. Don't make your past get even worse. Move
Yeah,
on. Move forward. Don't do
yeah.
anything that make those mistakes, those failures to get worsen. What an inspiring and
Mm.
empowering night. Hats off to you both. Amazing ladies. Thank you, Mentor Anne Marie.
Thank you, Mentor
Yeah.
Anne-Marie.
Like what I said, that was our last question. And before we go on sharing our evening rituals, as we always do in our Dare to Dream course. Oops, I'm so sorry. My finger is skip on. Yeah. Before we go on, may I just ask if you want to, if you can share with us some, as we all know, you're a great writer, you're a great poet. I remember where our Uplifters Connect last January 10th. Yeah. And
Yeah.
last Uplifters turns 3 last March. You recite a
Mm.
very good poem with us in the community, and one more, for once more, can we ask for another And no, before you do that, I want to congratulate you and welcome you to our team, social media correspondent.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
O, di ba? Sa last part ko, winelcome.
Mm. Thank you so much. Thank you for the trust. I
Finally,
want to take this.
you
I would like to take
decided
this
to
moment
join the
to
team.
yeah, I would like to take this opportunity to thank everybody in the Uplifters community team, the team of moderators and the admins. Thank you so much to our CEO, Miss Marie. Thank you to our community building officer, Sis Chen Lee and Miss Janet and everybody, the whole team, the technical team. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you for the trust that you gave to me. And I am very, very happy. And it is my pleasure to serve the community, be with you in the team, and sharing ideas with
Yeah.
you.
And we really have a very candid experience last October 3. The word candid from
Yeah, yeah.
Sis Jenny. Thank you
that
for
is
the
that is very, very memorable, memorable day for us team leaders.
and it's very memorable day for me. Something happened on that day, and I will never forget it. And that was a very successful gathering for team leaders here in Hong Kong. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will stop that. Can you please share with us some of one of your inspirational poem? I will put you on solo.
Yes. Okay. So I'm looking for a poem. So I will read something that is about um, mental health. Okay. So wait. I'm not prepared for this. This is mm, okay. This is about mental health. Okay, so this is I want to convey a message that uh, whatever we are going through, always find that courage to stay focused on who you are and what your purpose is in life. So don't give the chance of um, growing deeper into depression, going deeper into that emotional state of mind, wherein, always build yourself up, no matter what you're going through, you will always rise up. Okay, so the title is Dancing with Death. So, okay, Dancing with Death by Maria Nemy Lou Roshan. An anguished cry escaped from me. Visions blur in spite of the light around. Familiar voice within me speaks, sending shivers to my whole body. I started to move away, away, away. I found myself repeating the rhythms, stepping in, stepping out, into the dark and into the light. My mind is blown while my heart is torn. Silence is the only noise I heard, and even the wind refused to make a sound, leaving me alone in the claws of deafness. Tears pulsating, heartbeats racing. An exorcism is about to begin, a battle I am taunted to win. I should, I wish, for if the last straw of my sanity gives up, it is my end. Helplessly, I crawl back into the light, gripping tightly to every faith I can hold on. I closed my eyes and screamed, I rebuke, rebuke, rebuke. And I cheated death once again. That's it. Thank you so much for listening.
I remember that from the
Yeah,
photo of Miss Leanne.
yeah. It's
Yeah,
one for from of our photo challenges. Yeah,
yeah. Last, I think it's end of April, something like that, in
I
Migrant
don't
Writers of
remember.
Hong Kong.
Yeah.
I remember because I I write a poem back then from my imagination, and love. The title is "And Love" from a father. I remember that photos
Yeah.
in Chimchachoy. It was taken in Chimchachoy. Ah, diba? Naalala ko. Yeah, thank you so much. And when I just want to share, when I read your title before, Dancing with Death,
Mm.
I was amazed. Huh, why it's Dancing with Death? But when I go on, I keep on going to read your writings. Wow, that's Nemy Lou. That's Maria Nemy Lou, whom I thank you so much.
Thank you so
And
much.
I hope our listeners, our viewers can inspire with that. And yeah, uh,
Mhm.
and advice: take care of our mental health. Always
Yeah,
remember
it is very
it's
important for all of us. Yeah, especially us domestic workers who are undergoing too much pressure, stress also with, it is not also always easy working far from our family, and we need to focus on our work, and at the same time with our personal lives as well, and personal relationship with our family. This is very very important. You must have that deep relationship with your family, and because you know um take care of that relationship, take care of that good communication. You should always have that. And so that's very important. Those factors are very important for us to have, you know um, good mental state and emotional state as well, and it helps in the well-being of every one of us.
yeah.
Yeah.
And yes, thank you so much. And let's go to our last part. And thank you so much for those viewers who are staying with us up to this time.
Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much.
And yeah, can you share with us your evening rituals, the three little things that you be happy today, as we always do in our Dare to Dream online course.
Yeah. The three little joys that make me happy today is, of course, waking up in the morning. I feel so excited because I have so many activities today. First is, yeah, I hosted the Words in Motion where I have Sis Julie as our guest today. So I feel so excited in the morning, and at the same time nervous also for yeah, we have this the on spotlight, and I was excited being with you tonight. And at the same time I have the nervous feeling that you know um the on spotlight. And then number two, I had a productive day. Yeah, it was a successful meeting with you and the admins of the Migrant Writers of Hong Kong with another mentor for the future workshop. And lastly, I am thankful as well that I was able to call my family and talk to my youngest, who is very, very sweet. And uh, yeah, that's it. Those are my three little joys.
Yes, and yeah, it's my turn. My evening rituals today. First, yeah, like what I said, my meeting was canceled, but I had a great time with you all guys today from the morning till the afternoon. Yeah, we had a very grateful day having some discussions, having some our future plans for the better of our community, of course. The second one is I am happy I am here and I'm in
Yeah,
the
me
kitchen. I,
too.
I am in the kitchen and I'm very grateful that I have these very generous employers right now. Yeah,
Hmm.
and I'm very happy to welcome you. That is my one of
Yay.
my happiness.
Ah,
Finally, you
yes,
are
that's
with
also one
us.
of my happy, happy,
Yeah,
three little joys. It's not only three little joys anyway. I have a
yeah,
lot of joys today, but yeah, and this is also part of my choice for today. I was welcome here, and I'm here with you, and I joined in your team. So in our team, so I'm very happy. I'm very grateful.
yeah. And one of my choice also having beautiful and very talented kids who always understand me even we have some misunderstanding. Later on, I will go back with them. And of course, my class chat. We have a very, very energetic ladies who always
Oh.
there.
Mm.
Yeah, they are very, yeah, I admire those ladies in our group pitch group too. They are very honest. They are very, yeah, their honesty, their trust with me and TLD said, thank you. Thank you so much, group two. And I later I will give the medal of participation for our
Yeah.
week two. Yeah, I'm still here.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
And
yes,
I'm
and this
also happy to be with TL Nancy Miriles in our batch today.
yeah,
And
I
I'm
saw
very
TL Nancy.
happy.
I saw TL
Yeah.
Nancy's
TL Nancy, I
comment
will go into our
before.
class chats later.
She's
Yeah.
watching. I saw her comment before, but I cannot find it now. She's one of the Facebook user, your TL Nancy. She's
Mm.
from Macau. Yeah. Yes. And this is the end.
And
This is the end.
she will be joining us here in
Yeah, this is the end of our 11th episode of Spotlight
Yeah.
of an Alumni in Uplifters community. Thank you so much for those
Thank you so
ladies.
much. Thank
Yeah,
you for staying with us.
nag nag-overtime tayo. Thank you. Those amazing women who's staying with us right now all over the
Thank you so
world.
much, everyone. Good
Yeah,
night. God bless you all.
and not yet, not yet.
Ah,
Yeah, I'm inviting everyone who's not yet enrolled in our Dare to Dream online course. Please uh, visit our Uplifters community page. Click the send message button to get started. Yes, our next Dare to Dream batch will start this coming 24th of October. And yeah, yeah, congratulations to our Dare to Dream class. You are on the week two. Tomorrow you're
yeah.
in the week three. You're almost there. Keep going. And yeah, thank you so
Yeah.
much for
Keep
your
going.
dedication. Yeah, thank you so much once again. Have a lovely night, everyone.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much as well.
Thank you,
Good
TL
night. Thank you so
Maria
much.
Nemy Lou. Thank you. Good night, everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you, Tia. Thank you. Bye bye.